A picture is worth 1,000 words, but memories are priceless. Don't you think it's about time for you to start creating some new memories? Let's talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, that can only mean one thing. You are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show, and I am Kimbaley. I'm here to help you elevate your mind. I'm here to help you expand your consciousness. But before I even do that, I have to welcome you to the show, and I have to say thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for sharing this show with other people who may like it and grow from it too. And thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. And just to let you know, the reason why the Manifest on Purpose show exists is because the God in me loves the God in you. Today's story is going to talk about a picture that was worth more than mere words. But before I get into the story, we have to hear the Astro-Numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Monday, May 27th. The sun is in Gemini, the moon is in Capricorn, moving into Aquarius at 4:45 p.m. It's a 4 universal month, a 4 universal day. What remains for the month of May just may be a little rough around the edges. In other words, things may not go along as smoothly as you would like. But what are you to do? Those of you with a determined spirit will show how resilient you can be. But on the other hand, the others of you may need to step up and get on your A game. Today can prove to be beneficial as well. In short, it's about your attitude and how you choose to approach this day, half full or half empty. This is especially true for those coming under the signs of Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, and those born on the 1st, 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of any month. Once again, that is the Astro-Numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn. You can get that app so you can get your forecast every single day by going to a star 8 ASTAR the number 8.com, or you can download it on the App Store or Google Play, and you can go to Linktree/numbers and you. A picture is worth 1,000 words. What does your numerical picture say about you? There's power in knowing who you are numerically, and there is power to knowing the cycles that are in your life, knowing why you're going through what you're going through when you're going through it. You can do that by getting your personal numerology report and your personal numerology forecast for the year. This will help you discover who you are, some things that you may never have known about yourself. It will also help you uncover when are your best days, when are your best months. It will let you know in your forecast for the year what to expect for the year. You can get those reports at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. You can also get a compatibility report, and you can get your business report. Now that we've got those things out of the way, Let's get into this story. I already know somebody may not like this one here today. My boys didn't like it, I know that for sure. It drove my baby boy into tears. Conversely, because I did what I did, it helped me see things in a different way. So, just so everyone knows, I'm going to tell you up front so that there will be no misunderstandings about this. I am the jokester in the family. I add laughter to the family in two different ways. Way number one, either they're rolling on the floor laughing with me, or way number two, they are holding their sides laughing at me. And just to set the record straight again, if you asked any of my family members this question, they probably would tell you straight up it was the latter choice. They were definitely laughing at me. But who cares? I made them laugh, and that was the whole point anyway. They know, and I know, that my sense of humor can be a little dark sometimes. This story I'm going to tell you today is going to be one of those times. My sister has a beautiful shelf at her home that has all of our family pictures on it. I witnessed my youngest son as he was looking at one of the pictures in particular. It was a picture containing two young boys. My son was looking kind of confused because the boys looked nothing like any of us. I knew my son, and at that moment, I had a gut-wrenching feeling. He was going to ask who it was. And I could not resist this laugh. So I got as serious as I could, tried my best to compose myself. I looked away to avoid premature laughter. Sometimes I get caught up that way. Then he said it. "Mom, who are these boys?" And I looked at him with questions in my eyes, and I said, "Oh, baby, you don't know those boys? Those boys are your brothers. You don't remember them?" The confusion slipped away as the look of shock spread over his face. He said, "Uh-uh." I said, "Uh-huh." Being the storyteller that I am, you know I had a whole story to tell him how it went down. As the story got deeper, I noticed my oldest son, who was usually unattentive, inching over close to where we were, and he even started paying attention. And then it happened. All of a sudden, like Niagara Falls, my baby boy started bawling. You know I never meant to make my baby cry, right? So that's when the mama bear side came out of me. It was game over at that point. I grabbed my baby, wiped away his tears, and gave him the biggest kiss and the tightest hug ever. I had to apologize, and by that time, he was able to get a good laugh in too. Sure, I can admit it now. I was wrong for that. If only I knew then what I know now. But I learned two things that day. The first thing I learned is that my son loved his mother and wasn't willing to share her with anyone other than his brother. And that's if his brother was nice enough. And number two, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let that sink in. My baby looked at that picture as he listened to the supposed story that went with the picture. Once these things aligned, he was emotionally triggered and he perceived a different reality. See how that works? I'm glad I stopped while I was ahead. A picture is a representation of something or someone. Vision can go two ways. You can see on at least two different planes of existence. The example of the picture that I mentioned earlier is seeing the picture on the physical plane. Before you can see the picture on the physical plane, you must be able to see it in your mind first. You may not be cognizant that you are creating images and videos in your mind, but please know that in this way, you are a mental content creator. With every thought, you create an outline of an image. When you add your positive story, you anchor that outline. It begins to look a little bit more like a picture. You sprinkle positive affirmations on it, and that anchors your picture a little more. Want to anchor it even more? Add a story. Incorporate your senses. Practice repetition. Yep, you're getting it now. All of these added practices help anchor your picture, your desire, your vision to Madam's subconscious. Yeah, you know her. She doesn't like to hold on to anything unless she knows that it is relevant and important first. You have to be on your A game with her. Wow, that's amazing. Our forecast today talked about being on the A game. Little break in the story here. I just want to say this. That is a very important part. In fact, I would say that this whole conversation is important because when you hear something more than once, it becomes a confirmation of something. We heard A game earlier, and now I'm saying A game again. So that means that the universe or source is telling somebody listening to this that it's time to get on the A game. I don't know about you, but I'm being receptive. Here's the point to this whole conversation. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, create the image or vision in your mind that matters most. What do you want? Get real about that first and foremost. Create that picture in your mind. See yourself having it with no doubt. Create a mental story. It could be a mental video of your ideal day, that day that you can replay every day. Learn to role play. Become who you want to be through role play. Your current character is totally different from your ideal character. The character is no stranger. It's someone you may already know. It's you. Anchor it to a good story that evokes emotions. You can do this by using all 5 of your senses. Your job is to convince Madam Subconscious that your picture is reality so that you can be proud of the image that represents you. It matters because the picture you create on the mental plane will manifest. And here's a little thing you ought to know about Madam Subconscious. She can't tell whether that picture is real or whether you're imagining it. So dream big. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but memories are priceless. Yeah, I know you want to know. So I'm going to tell you who the real children were in that picture. Well, you know how you go to the store and you buy a picture frame, and to make the picture frame look presentable, they put the placeholder picture in it. Well, yeah, I knew I could have did better than that, but it was off the cuff though. Hey, nobody can say I didn't learn from that memory. And I wasn't the only one either. Since the day of that experience with the picture, my son has become as wise as an owl, watching others like a hawk, declaring he won't ever fall for anything like that again. Well, I guess this means three things came from that experience. The third thing being, it helped him to develop his awareness, while at the same time helping me to develop my awareness. It not only showed me their love for me, but it also showed me how much power there is in a mental picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Memories are priceless. What new memories will you create for yourself? I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.